California. A living paradox. A land forged by fire. Carved by ice and shaped by forces older than memory. This is the story of a rebellious territory. Where burning deserts meet ancient forests. Where mountains touch the sky. While valleys sink far below the level of the sea. Here, the earth itself is restless. Along the San Andreas Fault, entire landscapes shift a little more each year in a slow and eternal geological dance. While millions crowd its famous beaches and city streets, a wilder California continues its ancient tale. One written in stone, in silence, and in survival. From the tallest trees on Earth to the lowest point in North America, ghost towns frozen in time to coastlines carved by a million years of tide. This is a journey through the hidden soul of California. A story that began long before mankind first set foot here, and one destined to continue. Here, the trees rise toward the sky like natural skyscrapers. Some standing for more than 3,000 years, older than most of recorded human history. Sequoia National Park preserves giants that have witnessed the rise and fall of entire civilizations, while remaining immovable in their quiet, timeless kingdom. Its trunk so wide that 15 people, arms outstretched, could not encircle it. These giants survive fire by design. Thick, fibrous bark shields their core from flame, and it is fire itself that cracks open their cones, releasing the seeds locked within. Black bears move silently among the colossi in search of food, while rangers guide visitors through forests where sunlight barely reaches the ground. Filtered instead into pale, drifting beams. The silence here is broken only by wind moving through the high branches, or the rare sound of a falling cone, tumbling more than 260 feet before it finally reaches the forest floor. Established in 1890, this was among the very first parks in America to receive federal protection. A decision born from naturalists who understood, even then, that some things, once lost, could never be replaced. For thousands of years before that protection came, the Mono and Yokut peoples called this land home. Living in a rhythm with nature that visitors can still sense in the stillness here today. Between California and Nevada lies an environment of absolute extremes. A place that feels less like a desert and more like another planet entirely. Death Valley holds the lowest elevation point in North America, and it has recorded the highest air temperature ever measured on the surface of the Earth. Golden sand dunes rise and fall beside vast plains of blinding white salt, stretching toward mountains that shimmer in the heat. Badwater Basin, its most iconic stretch, offers views that could belong to the surface of the moon. Cracked earth, endless white, silence stretching all the way to the horizon. And yet, despite its name, Death Valley is far from lifeless. Beneath the surface, hardy desert creatures have adapted to survive on almost nothing, emerging only when the punishing sun finally sets. After rare desert rains, this same terrain transforms without warning into a carpet of wildflowers, a spectacle so unexpected that even longtime rangers still stop to watch it unfold. Death Valley is living proof that beauty finds a way, even in the most punishing conditions the planet has to offer. In the heart of the Sierra Nevada, Yosemite stands as one of the great natural cathedrals of the world. Granite walls rise thousands of feet into the sky, carved over millions of years by ice and time. El Capitan and Half Dome, massive walls of solid stone, draw climbers from every continent, each one chasing the same vertical dream, often over the course of several days spent hanging on the open rock face. Yosemite Falls ranks among the tallest waterfalls in North America. Its roar audible long before the falls themselves come into view. Trails wind through meadows painted with wildflowers, through groves of giant sequoias, and over mountain passes offering views found almost nowhere else on Earth. And from Glacier Point, the entire valley reveals itself at once, a vast cathedral of granite and sky, humbling every visitor who stands before it, no matter how many times they have seen it before. Here, two deserts meet, the Mojave and the Colorado, creating a strange layered ecosystem where life has learned to survive the impossible. The Joshua trees, actually a species of giant yucca rather than a true tree, twist upward with branches raised like arms caught mid-prayer. Boulders pile into stacks that seem to defy gravity itself, shaped slowly over thousands of years by wind, rain, and time. As the sun sets and temperatures fall sharply, the desert comes alive. Nocturnal creatures emerging to hunt beneath skies so dark and so clear that the stars seem close enough to touch. Joshua Tree is a reminder that where water is scarce and the sun shows no mercy, life has still learned every trick required to endure. Between San Francisco and Los Angeles stretches one of the most spectacular coastlines on Earth. Here, the Santa Lucia Mountains plunge dramatically into the Pacific Ocean, creating a new postcard view at every single curve of Highway 1. The Bixby Creek Bridge seems suspended between sky and sea, a feat of engineering almost swallowed whole by the raw beauty surrounding it. Hidden beaches, reachable only by steep and narrow trails, offer a rare kind of solitude that grows harder to find in California with each passing year. Ancient redwoods rise like natural cathedrals inside Julia Pfeiffer Burns State Park, while nearby, McWay Falls plunges directly onto the sand below in one of the most surreal sights along the entire coast. For decades, artists, writers, and spiritual seekers have come here searching for something that words alone could never fully capture. Big Sur is not simply a place to visit. It is an experience that reaches something deeper, something closer to the soul. The giants of California's northern coast rise into the morning fog, their massive trunks disappearing into mist far above the forest floor. Some of these trees have stood in place for more than 2,000 years, silent witnesses to everything that has unfolded quietly beneath their branches. Visitors here walk with their heads tilted back, searching for treetops that rise more than 300 feet into the sky above them. Sunlight filters down in narrow, shifting shafts, illuminating a forest floor rich with ferns, moss, and quiet, hidden life. Redwood is a place where visitors quietly rediscover just how small and how fleeting a single human life truly is. A giant of solid rock rises from the earth like a lone guardian standing watch over Northern California. Clouds drift constantly across Mount Shasta's summit, more than 14,000 feet above the valley floor below. To the Wintu people, this mountain was the center of their entire spiritual universe, a place still whispered about in the wind that moves endlessly across its stone slopes. Not far below, Lake Shasta mirrors the open sky. A reservoir born of human hands, but claimed almost entirely by nature over the decades since. Its calm surface hiding submerged forests and forgotten towns beneath. All around, ancient conifer forests shelter deer, bald eagles, and black bears, forming a quiet sanctuary at the foot of a sleeping volcanic giant. High in the mountains between California and Nevada lies one of the clearest lakes on the planet. Its waters so pure that sunlight seems to pass straight through to the bottom. In summer, golden beaches fill with swimmers and sailors, while hiking trails climb the surrounding peaks, offering views that feel almost unreal. In winter, the same landscape transforms into a snow-covered playground, home to some of the finest ski resorts in the country. On the Nevada side, casinos and resorts light up the shoreline, while the California side remains wilder and quieter, a study in contrast within the very same basin. Few places on Earth manage to hold two entirely different seasons of beauty within the very same shoreline. Across just 31 miles of rolling hills, hundreds of wineries turn sunlight and volcanic soil into some of the finest wine on Earth. Morning fog rolls in from the San Francisco Bay, settling over the vines and creating the ideal microclimate that has made this valley famous worldwide. In 1976, wines from this quiet valley shocked the world, defeating France's finest in a blind tasting that instantly rewrote the story of American wine. Beneath the vineyards, an unseen world of microorganisms works quietly in the soil, shaping the character of every bottle that eventually leaves this valley. A ghost town frozen in time, Bodie stands as a silent witness to the gold fever that once transformed California. Streets that once teemed with prospectors, gamblers, and outlaws now host only the wind, which whispers stories of fortunes earned and lost in the blink of an eye. Wooden buildings remain in what is called controlled decay. Not restored, but preserved exactly as they were left. Tables still set, shelves still stocked with goods now buried in dust. At its peak, Bodie was home to more than 7,000 people. But as the gold ran out, so did the town's fortune, and by the 1940s, its last mine had closed its doors forever. Even the cemetery here tells its own story of short lives, hard choices, and a frontier that offered fortune to some and ruin to many more. Dominated by the towering Golden Gate Bridge, San Francisco is a city built on contrast and on constant reinvention. The bridge's deep red-orange towers rise against the sky, functioning as far more than an engineering feat. They have become a symbol of the city's very soul. Historic cable cars still climb the city's impossibly steep streets, carrying passengers past views of the bay that shift with every single corner they turn. At Fisherman's Wharf, the working day begins long before sunrise, as fishermen unload their catch while the rest of the city slowly wakes up around them. From the galleries of its world-class museums, to the color of Chinatown, to the layered history of the Castro, San Francisco remains a city where the past and the future exist side by side, always in motion, never quite finished telling its story. A sprawling metropolis of aspiration. Los Angeles has shaped the world's imagination through Hollywood and the countless stories born within it. Beyond the footprints along the Walk of Fame, the city holds a far wider range of experience, from the skaters and street performers of Venice Beach to the quiet trails of Griffith Park. From the Griffith Observatory, the entire urban expanse spreads out beneath the famous Hollywood sign, a view that captures both the scale and the myth of the city at once. Beneath the glamour, prestigious institutions like the Getty Center offer an entirely different side of Los Angeles, one built on quiet, careful cultivation rather than spectacle. Waves break endlessly along this stretch of coast, while surfers wait patiently for the perfect moment to ride them in. Despite the fires that have repeatedly tested this coastline, Malibu remains a symbol of wild beauty and quiet resilience, where ocean and mountain meet in a landscape that has drawn dreamers for generations. Houses climb the steep hillsides above the water, many hidden entirely from the road, yet each one framed by an unbroken view of the Pacific. The Pacific Coast Highway cuts directly through this territory, carrying both tourists and daily commuters along one of the most photographed roads in the entire world. Sunsets here have become something close to ritual, as residents and visitors alike pause each evening to watch the sun disappear into the sea. Kissed year-round by the Southern California sun, San Diego embodies the easy promise of the West Coast dream. Its beaches stretch from the palm-lined shores of Coronado to the wild, undeveloped bluffs of Torrey Pines. Balboa Park serves as an urban oasis at the city's center, home to one of the most famous zoos in the world and a cluster of world-class museums. Spanish colonial history still lives on in the old town, among restored buildings that carry the city's earliest chapters forward into the present. With near-perfect weather all year round, San Diego offers a rare balance between vibrant urban life and untouched natural beauty. Along this stretch of coast, Santa Barbara feels almost like a slice of the Mediterranean transplanted onto California's soil. the streets of its historic center still carry the imprint of Spanish conquistadors and Franciscan missionaries, visible in colonial architecture that has survived for more than 2 centuries. Each day, local fishermen still unload their catch from the old pier, while the hills above the city guard rows of vineyards that have made this region a destination for wine lovers as well as sun seekers. On clear days, the Channel Islands rise faintly from the ocean just offshore, a reminder of how much wilderness still surrounds even California's most polished coastal towns. From the salt flats of Death Valley to the granite spires of Yosemite, from the silence of ancient redwood forests to the poppy fields of Antelope Valley, California remains a land defined entirely by contrast. It is a place where the highest peak and the lowest valley in the continental United States sit only hours apart from one another, where cities pulse with ambition and reinvention, and where the wilderness still holds the very same silence it has held for thousands of years. This is California, not as the postcards show it, but as it truly is. Untamed, unresolved, and endlessly, restlessly alive. A story written long before us, and one that will continue long after we are gone.